Welcome back to the Third Brain channel. Sit back, relax for a few minutes. Let's make the world a better place one video at a time. It seems like everyone's on this quest for self-improvement these days, but it can be so overwhelming with so much advice out there.
It really is. It's like, where do you even begin?
Exactly. So today, we're going on a deep dive into the truth about self-improvement. This article is going to be our guide, like a compass or something.
Yeah, helping us figure out what really works and what's just hype. Yeah.
Exactly. So right off the bat, this article made a point that really resonated with me. Before you even think about big, ambitious goals.
You gotta get the basics right.
Yeah, back to basics. So in the context of self-improvement, what does that actually look like?
Well, it's about prioritizing those fundamental things we always hear about but often overlook.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me an example.
Sleep, nutrition, movement.
Ah, the trifecta. But we're talking about more than just physical health here.
Right, it's all connected. The article highlights how these things directly impact our mental and emotional well-being, too.
You're preaching to the choir here. I know I can't function on 5 hours of sleep, coffee, and donuts.
And it's not just about feeling good either. The article makes this great point about how neglecting those basic needs,
It can really backfire.
yeah, it can affect your focus, your creativity, even how you deal with stress.
So if you're feeling scattered and unproductive,
Maybe it's not another productivity hack you need.
but a good night's sleep.
And a nourishing meal, taking care of ourselves on that fundamental level. That's where sustainable self-improvement begins, you know?
Totally. Now, the article also goes into this idea of systems versus goals.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It really got me thinking. Can you break that down a bit?
Sure, it's basically recognizing that, while setting goals is important,
It's not the whole story.
right, it's the systems we create, the habits and routines we build that actually help us reach those goals. Think of it like this.
Okay, I'm listening.
You have a destination in mind,
Right.
but you need a roadmap and a vehicle to get there.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So it's not enough to just say, I want to be healthier, for example.
Exactly. You got to create a system that supports that goal.
So what would that look like? Give me a concrete example.
Well, it could be as simple as like committing to a specific workout routine 3 times a week. Or maybe it's planning your meals ahead of time so you're sure you're getting the nutrients you need.
Right, so turning those good intentions into consistent actions.
Exactly. It's about making those good choices.
Regularly?
Yes. Consistency and repetition. That's what the article really stresses. The small actions, repeated over time.
That's how you actually transform, right?
You got it. And it's funny, right? Because a lot of this self-help stuff,
Kind of common sense when you really think about it.
yeah, but I think we all need that reminder sometimes. The article makes a good point about like the importance of hard work.
Right, like no surprises there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being kind to others, managing stress.
The building blocks.
It's true, the simple stuff. But those are also the things that can slip our minds when life gets busy.
Oh, absolutely. And it's easy to overcomplicate things.
Totally. And it's not enough to just know these things. The real work is in the application, right? Like putting it into practice.
You got to walk the walk.
Exactly. So there's this other point the article makes that I found really interesting. It's about helping others.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit of a curveball. It seems counterintuitive at first, right? Like, shouldn't self-improvement be all about
Yeah,
yourself?
that's what I thought too. But the article really digs into the idea that focusing outwards can actually contribute to self-improvement, which is wild when you think about it.
So how does that work? Like,
Right.
how does helping someone else help you grow as a person?
Well, I think when you help others, you gain new perspectives, right? You might even learn new skills or expand your network. It's all part of personal development.
It's like that saying, teaching is the best way to learn. You really have to understand something to explain it to someone else.
Exactly. And there's something about helping others that can really boost your self-esteem.
Give you a sense of purpose.
Yes. Which can be super motivating, especially when you're on a self-improvement journey.
So it's like a positive feedback loop, right? Helping others fuels your own growth,
Exactly. And that kind of leads to another point in the article, that change.
which is ultimately what self-improvement is all about.
Exactly. Change is possible, right? But
Not a light switch.
it's a process. You have to be patient with yourself. Finding your purpose is really important too. It's kind of like a guiding light.
Knowing your why makes the how a little bit easier.
Right. Now, about that how. There's this concept in the article that I loved, 1% change.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's that all about?
Instead of trying to change your entire life overnight,
Which just sounds exhausting.
it is. So the idea is You just focus on making tiny little improvements each day.
1% at a time.
Yeah.
That feels a lot more manageable,
Yeah.
right?
Way less daunting. And it's honestly more effective because small changes are easier to keep up in the long run.
Like compound interest, but for personal growth.
I like that. The article really pushes back against this whole hustle culture mentality that so much self-help focuses on, you know? Like money is the ultimate goal.
Oh yeah, the idea that you have to grind and sacrifice everything to achieve success.
Right. But this article,
Flips the script.
yes, it says happiness and health. Those things should come first. And wealth often follows naturally from that.
It's about having a fulfilling life, not just a fat bank account.
Exactly. True fulfillment comes from within, not from chasing external achievements.
That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
It is. But then there's this trap that I think we all fall into from time to time.
Oh, tell me you're not talking about the quick fix promises.
No, but I am. We all want that magic pill, the instant transformation.
And there, bought the t-shirt, didn't work.
The article reminds us that real change takes, yep, time and dedicated effort. Like building a muscle or learning a new skill, there are no shortcuts.
It's about recognizing that real growth requires patience, persistence. You got to do the work.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that ties in with the importance of critical thinking, which the article talks about a lot.
So don't just blindly follow the latest trend or guru.
Right. Question things. Consider the source and see if that advice actually aligns with you. Your values, your goals.
Be the driver of your own self-improvement journey.
Yes, exactly. And along with that,
Oh, I bet I know where you're going with this.
self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up.
It's so important. I think we're often our own worst critics, especially when trying to improve.
It's true. The article reminds us that we're human. Mistakes are going to happen. Setbacks are part of the process.
So embrace those imperfections.
Yes. Treat yourself with kindness, even when you mess up.
Progress over perfection.
You got it.
It's so easy to get caught up in trying to do it all at once, like completely overhaul your life in one fell swoop. But as you said,
It's usually not sustainable in the long run.
right, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest in one giant leap.
Exactly. Much better to take it one step at a time.
I think that's really encouraging advice for anyone who's feeling a little overwhelmed by the whole self-improvement thing. You don't need to have it all figured out right away or make these huge changes overnight.
Just start small.
Yeah. What's something super simple people can start doing, like today?
Well, maybe it's just 5 minutes of meditation in the morning or swapping out one sugary drink for a glass of water. Little things like that.
It's about those small wins adding up over time.
Exactly. They build momentum,
Yeah.
and confidence.
What about you, listener? What really resonated with you during our deep dive today? Did any particular tips or insights stand out?
Maybe it was that reminder to prioritize your well-being. Getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, moving your body.
Or perhaps it was that idea about building systems to support your goals, not just setting goals and hoping for the best.
Or maybe, it was that realization that self-improvement isn't about trying to become someone else, but about...
Becoming the best version of yourself,
Okay.
which looks different for everyone.
Exactly. So whatever it is, hold on to that insight and think about how you can make it a part of your daily life. See what works, what doesn't.
Experiment.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination, right?
And be kind to yourself along the way. There can be times when you fall short of your expectations.
It happens. But that's all part of the process.
Self-compassion is key.
Couldn't agree more.
This has been a really fascinating deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired. Ready to approach self-improvement with a whole new perspective.
Me too. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. Talk to friends, find mentors, surround yourself with people who support your growth.
It makes all the difference. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself.